So good afternoon to all. Already in last class we observed the spectrum of SSB with upper sideband and lower sideband. Already you know SSB. So what is meant by SSB? What is SSB modulation? Single sideband modulation. That is, in this technique we send the message either in upper sideband or lower sideband. So among three components, that is a carrier signal, upper sideband and lower sideband, we can send the message signal only with the help of only single sideband. So that technique is called SSB. So that's why here if we observe the spectrum of SSB, here we have only either upper sideband or lower sideband. So this is the spectrum of SSB with the upper sideband. So here also carrier is absent, therefore you can mention with dotted line. You can mention with the dotted line. So that is FC, FC plus FM. FC is mentioned with the dotted line. So next, in next diagram, we can observe the SSB with the lower sideband. So that is this one. So FC minus FM. So we can send the message signal either by USB or LSB. So coming to the advantages of SSB. So what are the advantages of SSB over normal conventional AM or DSB SC? Compared to DSB SC and a conventional AM, what are the advantages of SSB? Respond anyone? What is the main advantage of SSB? According to the spectrum, we can say that what is the bandwidth of SSB? Bandwidth of SSB is
FM.
FM. Very good. The required bandwidth of SSB is FM. But in case of DSBSC and AM, it is 2 FM. So therefore, here the bandwidth is very, very less. So therefore, the spectrum space occupied by SSB signal is very, very less. So that is half of AM and double sideband. AM and double sideband. So the main advantage of SSB is here the spectrum is a spectrum space occupied by the SSB signal is very, very less compared to AM and DSB. That is, it requires only FM. It requires only FM. That is the half of AM and DSB. AM and DSB. So therefore, automatically it can reduces the bandwidth. Automatically it can reduces the bandwidth. Next, what is the second advantage? Here the carrier and one sideband is suppressed. Carrier and one sideband is suppressed. Therefore, power is saved. Therefore, power is saved. That is the second advantage. Now, what is the another advantage? It can occupy very less bandwidth. Therefore, the technique have very less noise. Very less noise compared to AM and DSB. Compared to AM and DSB. The last advantage is fading does not occur in SSB. Fading does not occur in SSB. What is fading? Respond anyone. What is fading? Fading is a variation of attenuation of a signal. Fading is a variation of attenuation of signal. Already, if you already we know if the signal is traveled from for longer distances, the signal goes to attenuation. What is meant by attenuation? Attenuation is nothing but loss of signal. Loss of signal. So, but depending upon the attenuation variables. So, why we have variations of attenuation? Due to different parameters. What are the parameters? Due to time, the signal is attenuated, and due to geographical position, the signal is attenuated. So depending upon various parameters, the attenuation of signal is also varies. The attenuation of signal is also varies. Suppose if the signal is passed from one region, at that time it have a 40 degrees centigrade temperature. If another region it have a 50 degrees centigrade temperature, then according to the atmospheric weather conditions also the signal attenuation is changes. The signal attenuation is changes. So that the variation of attenuation is called fading.
I found this on the
The variation of attenuation is called fading. So totally fading does not occur in SSB. So that is the main advantage of SSB. So SSB లో ఫేడింగ్ అనేది మనకి తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. సో టోటల్లీ హియర్ we discussed about 4 advantages. What is the first advantage? Here the main advantage is bandwidth is very less compared to AM and AM and DSB. That is, it requires only half of the bandwidth compared to AM and SSB. And the second advantage, what is the second advantage? Here the carrier and sideband is suppressed, so power is saved. Next, coming to third advantage, here the bandwidth is less, therefore noise is also less. And another advantage is fading does not occur in SSB. So what is fading? Variation of attenuation of signals due to various parameters, that is a time, weather conditions, like that. Next, coming to disadvantages. So what are the different disadvantages? The first main disadvantage is, already I told you, the circuit is very complex compared to AM and DSB. So the generation and reception of SSB signal is complex process. So that is generation and reception. What is meant by generation and reception? For generation of SSB signal, we must use SSB modulators. For reception of SSB signal, we must use SSB demodulators. So here SSB modulator circuits and demodulator circuits are complex to design. Next, what is the another drawback? The another drawback is it is not perfectly used for transmission of high frequency signals. The SSB technique is not perfectly suited for transmission of high frequency signals like music signals, like that. So it is suited for low frequency signals. So this is one drawback. Now, put aside heading power relations in SSB wave. Power relations in SSB wave. Power relations in SSB wave. First one, we compared with a double sideband with full carrier. How much power is saving when we compared with the double sideband with full carrier? Already you know double sideband with full carrier. It is also called conventional technique, that is AM. So in first case, we observe that power saving, percentage of power saving with respect to DSB-FC. DSB-FC is nothing but double sideband with full carrier, that is nothing but normal AM. So already you know total power in normal AM is due to carrier power and USB power and LSB power. Power wasted to send carrier and power wasted to send USB and LSB. Already we know these parameters. In the first classes already I told you what is the carrier power, USB power and LSB power. So carrier power is AC square by 2R. USB power is mu square AC square by 8R plus mu square AC square by 8R. So substitute carrier power, USB power and LSB power. Already you know PT in AM. So PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. What is PC here? AC square by 2. So PT equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. Now, but what is in SSB? In SSB, the carrier and one sideband is suppressed. Therefore, the power of SSB is either power of LSB or power of USB. Already you know, in case of SSB, the carrier and one sideband is suppressed. Therefore, total power transmitted for SSBSC. SSBSC is represented as PSSB equal to either LSB power or USB power. LSB power or USB power. So therefore, you can take PSSB as mu square AC square by 8R, mu square AC square by 8R. But already you know, which is converted into PC. So PC equal to what is PC? PC equal to AC square by 2R. So therefore, we can write it as PC into mu square by 4. PC into mu square by 4. Here we just calculate power required for normal AM and power required for SSB. From these two parameters, we can calculate power saved due to transmitting of one side band. So power saved due to transmitting only one side band component is given by how we calculate percentage of power saving equal to PT minus PSSB by PT. What is meant by PT? Power required for normal AM. Already you know PT is nothing but power required for normal AM. So therefore percentage power saving equal to PT minus PSSB by PT into 100. Already you know PT, PSSB. What is PT? PT equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2 minus PSB, substitute PSB, mu square by 4 into PC. After cancellation, we have, after cancellation, how much you got? PC cancel. Everyone must do the derivations. 1 plus mu square by 2 minus mu square by 4 by 1 plus mu square by 2 into 100. So from that we have 4 plus mu square by 4 plus 2 mu square into 100. Now, already you know for 100% modulation mu value is 1. So therefore, you substitute mu as 1. Then percentage power saving equal to 5 by 6 into 100. We have 83.33%. 83.33% of power. How much power is saved here compared to normal AM? We can save 83.33% of power by the suppression of carrier and single sideband. By the suppression of carrier and single sideband, we can save 83.33% of power. Now, put aside heading percentage power saving with respect to DSBSC. In previous case, we observe power saving with respect to normal AM, that is DSBFC. double sideband with full carrier. Here we observe the power saving with respect to DSB-SC. So for that, first you take power required for DSB-SC, power required for PDSB-SC. Already you know DSB-SC is nothing but no carrier. Therefore you take only LSB and USB. You add LSB and USB. You know LSB power and USB power. By adding those two components, we have PC mu square by 2. PC mu square by 2. Now, we already know SSB power. In previous case also we calculate PC mu square by 4. That is either LSB power or USB power, which is equal to PC mu square by 4. So now percentage power saving equal to percentage power saving. How much power we save compared to DSB-SC. So for that we take P power of DSB-SC minus power of SSB by power of DSB-SC into 100. Already you know power of DSB-SC and power of SSB. You simply substitute both powers. What is the power required for SSB? PC mu square by 4. So after cancellation, we have mu square by 2 into 100. Mu square by 2 into 100. Already you know for 100% modulation, mu equal to 1. So therefore substitute mu equal to 1. Therefore power saving, percentage power saving equal to 50%. Percentage power saving equal to 50%. Already in DSB-SC we suppress already carrier. So we can consider only USB and LSB. That is, we can send two bands, USB and LSB. But in SSB, we can send only single sideband. In this case also, there is no carrier. So to send only either USB or LSB, we require only 50% of power. So here 50% of power is saved compared to DSB-SC. DSB-SC. So these are the power calculations for SSB. These are the power calculations for SSB. Any doubts? Any doubts in power calculations? So power calculations, first of all, you calculate SSB power. If we want to compare with the normal AM, you already know the normal power, normal AM power. Take those powers, those two powers, and for that we calculate power saving. If we want to compare with the DSB-SC, then you consider power of DSB-SC signal. So from that we calculate total percentage of power saving. So with the first technique, we can say the power of 83.33%. And for the second technique, we can save up to 50%. Up to 50%. Now put aside heading, time domain description. Time domain description of SSB. Listen carefully and note carefully. Up to now, you know the techniques of AM and DSB-SC and block diagrams of AM and DSB-SC. So for generate DSBSC, after product modulator, we have low pass filter. We have low pass filter. But to generate SSB, in case of DSBSC, we have two side bands, that is upper side band and lower side band. But in case of SSB, we have only single side band, that is either USB or LSB. So for that purpose, to generate SSB signal, we must pass the DSBSC signal through band pass filter. Through band pass filter. That is, among these two bands, in SSB, we require only single band, that is either USB or LSB. So therefore, to allow the particular band of frequencies, we use band pass filter. Already you know band pass filter. What is meant by band pass filter? It allows only particular range of frequencies and rejects all other frequencies. What is the purpose of band pass filter? BPF. It allows only particular range of frequencies and removes all other frequencies. So with the help of DSB, in case of DSB SC, we have two bands, USB and LSB. But in case of SSB, we require only single band, that is either USB or LSB. So for that purpose, we require only particular band of frequencies. So therefore, to generate SSB signal, DSB-SC signal is DSB-SC modulated wave is passed through band pass filter. Then we got SSB signal. So that is the main principle for generation of SSB signal. So first note down that point. The SSB signal is generated by passing a DSB-SC modulated wave through band pass filter, and that filter have the transfer function of, already you know transfer functions, and that filter have the transfer function of, that is Fourier transform. If we take the Fourier transform for the transfer function, we can represent it with HU of F. Always you mention, you represented transfer function with HU of F. What is HU of F? The transfer function of band pass filter. Here, what is the time domain description? For SSB signal, we analyze the time domain equation. Already, you know, for every technique, we discuss about time domain description and frequency domain description. Frequency domain description means after taking the Fourier transform, what is the spectrum? Time domain description means in terms of time, what is the equation? So this is the time domain description for SSB signal. So for that purpose, we consider the band pass filter. Why we consider the band pass filter? Here SSB signal is generated by passing a DSB-SC modulated wave through band pass filter. Whose transfer function is HU of F. But already we know the DSB-SC signal in time domain. Already in DSB-SC, that final signal, already we calculate this signal. Once I see that block diagram and see the final expression. Coming to DSB-SC. What is our final signal? It is m of t into c of t. M of t into c of t. So this one. So this is our message signal and upper side band and lower side band. So from this we can write DSBSA signal as AC m of t cos 2 pi f ct. AC m of t cos 2 pi f ct. But in DSBSC, we suppress the carrier wave by passing through low pass filter. The last stage you have is low pass filter. So the low pass complex envelope is mentioned as double sideband suppressed carrier. DSBSC signal, you must mention this symbol to represent envelope. At the top you mention this symbol envelope. Already you know, for every AM we have envelope. In envelope we have some message. So if we want to write the envelope, you must take this symbol at the top. So this represents the envelope. So DSBSA signal is mentioned as, that is after passing low pass, this high frequency component is eliminated. So we have ACM of t. Now let us note down each and every step. Now let us consider our SSB wave, SSB signal, which can be mentioned with SU of t. So you must observe the difference. If it is a DSBSC, we can mention as DSBSC. So this is DSBSC. This is a envelope and above signal is total signal. Before passing through low pass, we have this signal. After passing low pass, we have this, the final stage. At the final stage, we have only ACM of t. So that is DSBSC, already you know, only message signal. There is no carrier. So therefore the signal representation is ACM of t, and the complex envelope can be written as double sideband suppressed carrier with envelope symbol, which is equal to ACM of t. Now after that you take SSB wave as SU of t, which has only either upper sideband or lower sideband. Let us assume that here we have upper sideband. And the complex envelope for that signal is considered as SU of t envelope. Here what is our aim? Here we want to calculate SSB signal in time domain. So this is the representation. Already you know SSB representation SU of t. What is the formula that for? If we know the complex envelope for SU of t, we can easily calculate SU of t, normal SU of t. So this is the SSB signal representation. SU of t equal to real part of complex envelope of SU of t real part of complex envelope of SU of t into e power j 2 pi f c t into e power j 2 pi f c t. Highlight this expression. Highlight this expression. Now, here we observe the frequency response of ideal band pass filter and low pass filter. Already you know in signals and systems, the frequency response of ideal band pass filter. So it is mentioned with h of f. So that is transfer function. Transfer function for band pass filter, ideal band pass filter. You note down this frequency response. Already you know we can pass a band of frequencies either upper side or lower side. If you take FC, we can pass from FC to FC plus FM at upper side. If we take minus FC, we can pass minus FC, minus of FC plus FM at lower side. So this is the transfer function for band pass filter. Already you know in SS. Now observe the transfer function for low pass filter. So this is the transfer function for low pass filter. So draw the spectrum, transfer function of low pass filter. So already you know low pass filter, here we have only one band of frequencies. So transfer function of low pass filter, what is the formula for transfer function of low pass filter? It can be mentioned as HU of F, HU of F with envelope is equal to half into 1 plus signum of F, signum function of F between the frequencies 0 to omega. According to this we can write, half into 1 plus signum of F between 0 to omega frequencies, or otherwise this value becomes 0. This value becomes 0. Now already you know the value of complex envelope of DSBSC in time domain. What is the complex envelope of DSBSC in time domain? It is ACM of t. ACM of t. In frequency domain we can written as DSBSC complex envelope of S in frequency domain. So that's why you take a frequency F, which is equal to AC into M of F. So that is after taking Fourier transform, we have AC into capital M of F. Capital M of F. Here once you remember the indication, here H of F. H of F is considered as band pass filter transfer function. and H, envelope of F is considered as transfer function for low pass filter. Transfer function for low pass filter. Now, our aim is calculation of SU of T. SU of T. What is SU of T? SU of T is nothing but SSB signal. SSB signal. So for that purpose, we take the frequency domain of DSBSC signal. From that, here we calculate SSB in frequency domain. SSB in frequency domain. Already you know SSB in frequency domain. That is what is it? SU of F with envelope is equal to, how we can get SSB. SSB signal is got generated by passing DSBSC through band pass filter. So therefore you consider DSBSC envelope signal. DSBSC envelope signal. What is the transfer function for band pass filter? What is the transfer function for band pass filter? Already in a figure we mentioned with H of F with envelope. So this is the transfer function. H of F. Here you take envelope. If you also take envelope, H of F. So therefore, how we got SSB signal? By passing the DSBSC signal through band pass filter. So therefore, you can multiply band pass filter transfer function and DSBSC. Already you know formula for this one. At the top we write. So half into 1 plus signum function. So therefore you substitute half into 1 plus signum function into what is already DSBSC complex envelope. Already we have AC into M of F. AC into M of F. Now we have AC by 2 into multiply with M of F. We have M of F plus M of F into signum function. Signum function. Already you know Hilbert transform. From the definition of Hilbert transform, we can have M cap of T. What is M cap of T here? M of T is a in phase signal. M cap of T is a out of phase signal. From the definition of Hilbert transform, we can say that out of phase of message signal, M cap of T can be written as minus J into signum function into capital M of F. So this is time domain and this is frequency domain. From Hilbert transform, we can relate time domain and frequency domain. That is M cap of T. What is M cap of T here? Out of phase message signal. M cap of T equal to minus J into signum function into capital M of F. But already we have SU of F equal to, you have this equation, put equation numbers, now substitute in place of M of F and signum function, how we can substitute? Plus J M cap of T. If we want this parameter, it becomes M cap of T by minus J, then automatically it can be written as plus J into M cap of T. So this is a Hilbert transform. Now, our aim is time domain description. So therefore, in time domain, if you write the expression in time domain, SSB signal equal to, that is envelope of SSB signal equal to AC by 2 into M of t plus J into M cap of t. J into M cap of t. What is this one? This is complex envelope of SSB signal. Complex envelope of SSB signal. But to calculate normal SSB signal, already you know this formula. At the top we write this formula. What is SU of t? SU of t is equal to real part of complex envelope SSB signal into e power j 2 pi fc. E power j 2 pi fct. Already at the top we write this formula. This one. Here you observe SU of t is a normal SSB wave and this is a complex envelope of SU of t. First we calculate SU of t here. So from this parameter we calculate final SSB signal. So that's why SU of t already we calculated. So from that we calculate SU of t. So that is real part of complex envelope of SU of t into e power j 2 pi fct. Now you substitute complex envelope of SSB signal, that is this one, into e power j 2 pi fct can be written as cos 2 pi fct plus j sin 2 pi fct. Already you know. E power j theta cos 2 theta plus j sin 2 theta. So you can write in this form. After that, what is SU of t? SU of t equal to, already you know this is after multiplication. Here only we consider real part. AC by 2 take as it is. After that, if we multiply with m of t into cos 2 pi fct. So write the term m of t into cos 2 pi fct. But if we multiply with m of t into j sin 2 pi fct, it becomes a imaginary term. So therefore we neglect the term. And this term and this term. For this also we got imaginary term. So therefore we neglect the term. But if we multiply both imaginary terms, we have j square as minus 1. So therefore it becomes minus m cap of t sin 2 pi fct. Minus m cap of t sin 2 pi fct. So this is the time domain representation for SSB. For which band we calculate? Already at the starting I told you it is a upper side band. So the time domain description for SSB wave in case of upper side band is, this is the final expression. Highlight this expression. Suppose if we consider lower side band, the equation becomes, just you reverse the sign. Already you know the difference between upper side band and lower side band. Just you reverse the sign. Same equation. If you take plus, then it is the representation of SSB wave with lower side band. So in the above expression, AC by 2 is considered as scaling factor. And M of t already you know message signal, which is in phase message signal. And M cap of t, which is out of phase component. So this is the SSB signal in time domain description. SSB signal of time domain description. So once again, just I give brief description. So to know the time domain, how we can generate here, the main key point is SSB signal is generated by passing the DSBSC modulated wave through band pass filter. For mathematical analysis, here we consider the transfer function for band pass filter. So for that, you first consider DSBSC signal. Already you know AC m of t cos 2 pi f ct. But to remove, already you know DSBSC have last stage as low pass filter. By passing through low pass filter, we have ACM of t. Here we represent the SSB signal as SU of t, and this is the complex envelope. But we have the relation normal signal and complex envelope. This is the relation between normal signal and complex envelope. So for that purpose, first you consider the transfer function for band pass filter and transfer function for low pass filter. So from that you have this term HU of f equal to half of 1 plus signum function. So take a DSBSC complex waveform. From that we have the relation, that is how we got complex function, complex envelope for SSB signal when we pass through DSBSC signal through band pass filter. So therefore here we consider the band pass filter transfer function. So from that we can substitute h of f value. After that here we have two terms. But according to Hilbert transform, we have the relation between out of phase signal. Out of phase message signal can be considered as minus j signum function into m of f. So from that we can substitute SU of t complex envelope as AC by 2 into m of t plus j m cap of t. If we know the complex function of SSB signal, complex envelope of SSB signal, then we can automatically take the relation and just substitute complex envelope value, and by considering only real parts, then we got final SSB signal. This is upper sideband signal. If we change the sign, then it acts as a lower sideband. So this is the SSB signal in time domain.